Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. Hope you're doing good. And this is another video on our little Keep Growing series where we're talking about growing your company, your business, and also growing yourself. And today, let's talk about employees and one thing in particular with firing employees. And I have a good experience I want to share with you. Now, I've been in business 15 years, and I'd have to say that currently I am incredibly blessed with I'm going to say a superior group of guys. And I would put those guys up against any crew in America and 100% have total confidence and faith in them. And you know, to me, an employee is a replication of yourself. So to me, I have a bunch of little Pete's out there in the field running around where I've trained them, taught them, groomed them to do things that Pete does. Because you know, in the beginning when it started, you know, everybody was liking, hey, I like what Pete does in the yard. So I had to replicate that over and over and over. So I do that with employees. Now, specifically about firing employees, you know, that's a tough deal. It is for me. In 15 years, you know, I've had employees come and go, and for whatever reason, find another job, a better job, or moving, or whatever. I've had to fire two guys, and one in particular I'm going to use for this video. A dear friend of mine, love him to death, it just wouldn't working. Okay, you know, it takes a certain type of guy to do lawn care for a living. You're in the elements, it's a go pace, and you have to be able to keep up. You have to mass produce or mass do things quickly in our profession. And the guy just wasn't working out. And you know, the point I'm making is you want to, or at least for me, that was incredibly difficult. Incredibly. I remember the night before when I made my mind up, you know, it's just not gonna work. This was after chance, after chance, after chance, after chance. I remember going home and telling my wife, I said, well, I got to do it tomorrow. It's going to happen. And I literally had a hard time sleeping. And the reason for that is, you know, to me, he's not an employee. First of all, they're my friends that I have friend conversations with and friend dealing with outside of work. They're my buddies, and I love them. And I've become attached to some of my employees, and they're not just a number to me. And when you have to separate that employee from their job, and you take that away, see, that employee is dependent on me. He has a kid. He has two kids. He has a wife. He comes to this place to earn a paycheck, to take that back to his family and put food on that table and put clothes on those kids' back, to put shoes on their feet. I take that incredibly personal, that God has blessed me with that responsibility to manage money and to be able to make sure that paycheck is there every single week for them, because they're dependent on it. They need it. And to wrap this up, that's the point I'm trying to make. Is, you know, in Romans it says that where sin abounds, grace abounds more. And people aren't perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. The guy sitting beside you right now is not perfect. Regardless of what he tells you, he's not perfect. We're going to mess up. Employees are going to mess up. Grace. I cannot tell you how powerful an ally grace is to you. If you will allow it to take over you and infiltrate you. Now, I'm not advocating that you let your employees run over top of you, because know at the end of the day, there's work to be done, things have to be done a certain way, and if you can't do that, then maybe it isn't the right job for you. But during that process of trying to manicure an employee, give him chance, give him time, be forgiving. Let him have opportunity to mess up and then learn from that mistake. Because see, I've already made all those mistakes, so I've learned the lesson. So when they make that mistake, I can let them know, hey, you do this a different way. And again, if you do that over and over and over and they still don't get it, sometimes you have to make that hard choice, and you just do. But the point of this video is treat your employees or treat your people that work for you not as a number. They're not a number. They're a human being just like you. And they have families and they have responsibilities to their family at home. And if they are dependent on you or me as the employer, take that responsibility. And that's a heavy weight. That's a big weight. And so don't just kick somebody out the door because they weed eated wrong or they mowed this yard wrong or whatever. Give them some opportunity, give them a chance, and show them a little grace. Because you'd be surprised at what a conversation with an employee about how to get him back on the right track and do this the right way. If you just take the time and talk to them and tell them, hey, I got confidence in you. I believe that you can do this. And you let them know how much faith you have in them. And then you show them grace from time to time. And that will develop an employee that you cannot believe. I've got 8 of them, and they're incredible men, incredible guys. So I hope this helps. I hope this kind of opens your mind up to maybe a different way of looking at employees. Hopefully you're already doing this. And thank you for watching. And hey, get your heart right.